So I'll get
Cool.
started. Thanks a lot, guys, for stepping in for Bitsa Chennai's event. So we have to give a bit of a context. We've been doing a whole host of events and the virtual events, and in recent times we felt a need to showcase some very interesting startups which our Bitsians are involved in. And the last week we had Pencilton, and this week we are having our Naren. And before I do any further introductions, I will get the host started and let the host do the talking. So, with regard to Hari, Hari has been an entrepreneur himself. He's a very passionate tech buddy, and he is an investor, a fund manager, and he's a mentor to many startups. There is I've interacted with as many startups, and I'm very sure that everyone seems to know Hari, and Hari has been a great support to as many people around, Bitsians, non-Bitsians, and everyone. And I'm very sure that everyone in Chennai or the investing community knows Hari as much.
Yeah, and Vignesh is my official PR, by the way.
So
Thanks,
with
Vignesh.
that,
Yeah.
I would like to invite Hari to get our second season or second series, number 2 of our Bitsa Chennai's next big thing. So with that, I hand over the virtual stage to Hari to get started.
Hey Vignesh,
Hari,
Sriram
all
joined.
yours.
Just we have want
Oh
to have
yeah.
few words
Yeah.
from Sriram.
Yeah. Hi, Sriram. Good to see you.
Hi Sriram, welcome.
Hey Sriram.
Sriram, you want to say a
Sriram.
quick 3-4 words? Just a context about your background for Naren's benefit, maybe.
Hi, Sriram.
Hi. I'm just joining.
Yes, we were also just getting started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
waiting for you, in fact, Sriram.
I never realized I was watching SPB program in Vijay TV. Then I realized.
Okay, great. So let's get it started. Absolutely. So Naren, great to have you here. I've been sort of tracking. I am here, been knowing you for the last maybe 2 odd years. It's been a nice journey that I've been watching, and know a couple of your colleagues as well. So it's interesting, but this is good to see a bunch of Bitsians coming together and sort of trying to understand what the story behind I Am Here is. But before we get into I Am Here, I thought let's try and get Naren a little bit color on Naren's life and personality, right? Like, so you went to Bits. So why don't you give a small introduction? And Naren, you're called Natamai, right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about your childhood and then Bits and then why Natamai?
Sure. Yeah, before most of my life was in Madurai. Of course, yeah, Madurai usual culture, TVS school. Then Pilani, I was part of the music club there. In fact, very happy to have started my music journey there. We all of us graduated out of BITS Pilani, started this band called Agam. I'm sure some of you know about it. But then right now I'm not
Absolutely.
engaged with them because I had to relocate to Mumbai for 5 years, 6 years. But then I will be joining back Agam sometime. But yeah, the Natami story starts from the usual ragging days. So there were 3 of us that we were called in a room, and then 2 guys had to paint on the air, right? In the air, they had to do some painting. And I was supposedly the judge who was supposed to say which is the best at drawing, right? And then there were people who were saying, hey, how can you say this is the better one? And how can you say that is the better one, right? So that is how Natamai started. Okay, are you the judge? Okay, you are the Natamai judge, right? And it started as a funny name, but then it is stuck to it even now for 20 years. But yeah, that's about, so Triple E at BITS, managed to graduate in what as much in equal terms as anybody else in BITS. Bit music was something that I did extra, and of course, a lot of fun. Right? Post that, I spent a year at Tata Elxsi in their design and development team, then spent 7 years at Cisco, 5 years here, 2 years in the US. Then while I was at Cisco is when I started feeling an itch to do something else, right? Something else, something bigger, something that can have an impact in the society. And of course, all of us are techies, thought, okay, it's a good time to get some business knowledge. So I went to ISB, did my MBA from there. Then post that, I got an opportunity to be starting up a new business unit from scratch at an organization called Schneider Electric. Right? So it was an IT experience that I had so far. So I deliberately wanted a non-IT experience immediately post my business school. So I joined Schneider Electric and we started a new business from scratch for Schneider Electric India. 3 years, we took it about 15 million revenues. It was just a VP and me, and we started it from scratch. So that was like a first stint into anything that I started from scratch as far as business is concerned. Then I got an opportunity to be part of the founding team in an IoT AI startup called Intelf. Intelf today is clocking million and a half revenues. That was in the B2B space. And the consumer space always excited me, and I'll be happy to share a story behind how the idea of iamHere started. But 2 years back is when I moved out of Intelf to start iamHere, and with Bits Pilani co-founder and one more co-founder. Bits Pilani, I think Vignesh, if you know Deepa Raman, she was at Bit, now she's Deepa Karthik. She's our co-founder as well. She's Komsky and Amazon Redbus Group on Zoomcar. And then Prateek from our network professional days, he's ex-Nokia, Samsung, and we all got together and started iamHere 2 years back.
Amazing. So what led you to think about the idea of iamHere? What is iamHere? Maybe you can start with like a little bit of a shorter version of what is iamHere, and then why did you think about starting iamHere?
Sure. iamHere is a location-first social network, right? So the problem that we are solving is literally we are building a social network for the neighborhood, for communities. In fact, the journey, the idea of what iamHere ties up into why we called it iamHere and why we went about starting this. So when I was in Bangalore, let's say I was a guitarist, I was part of the band Agam. I used to have my ecosystem here. When I first went to Mumbai, where I subsequently stayed for 5 years, I was literally trying to figure out who's there in my neighborhood, what is happening in my neighborhood. Every small thing took me weeks and months to figure out. There's somebody cricket, there's somebody go to the gym with somebody, blogger nearby. I was trying very hard to get, there are Bitsians nearby, people from ISB nearby. And very, very ironically, after 3 long years when I was vacating one of the apartments in Mumbai, on the last day when I was knocking my door, vacating my house, I discovered that my neighbor was also from ISB, right? We had seen each other, we had met, but we never got into the, hey, where are you from? Where did you do your college, etc. Right? And that is when actually this spark came in, and the realization also along with it. Technology today does a fantastic job of connecting us with people across the globe. Like all of us are today on a Zoom meet, right? Somebody from UK, somebody Chennai, Andhra, I'm in Bangalore, right? Technology today is seamlessly connecting all of us, right? But let's say if Kiran, Uday, or any of you is there in my neighborhood, I will most likely know you through some remote WhatsApp group, some page on LinkedIn, or may probably never know you at all. Right? So that is the problem that we realized that, hey, there is a technology problem to solve here, and we had the business knowledge to back it up. So we said, okay, let's create, I mean, like Amazon provides infrastructure as a service, and this as a service, that as a platform, and all that. So we said, okay, let's create location as the platform for people to connect on the map. Right? So on iamHere, I will not be Naren, I will be Naren the guitarist. Right? Let's say Vignesh can be Vignesh the drummer, right? And we can both get connected, right? Or we can both come together and start a music class, right? Today, if I were to start a music class, I will have to literally spread the word around in WhatsApp groups, calling people, telling people, right? This is like a virtual notice board, virtual interactive notice board for the neighborhood, right? So I can find like-minded people. If I have a business, I can promote it in my neighborhood, in my community. I can host events, I can join events. We have NGOs on the app. Right? So I can have volunteering opportunities with NGOs, all of that in one place. Right? So we are, in short, I could say we are a social discovery and a collaboration platform as a horizontal with neighborhood as a vertical.
Very interesting, Naren. So for the first time I heard iamHere, right? The name was so captivating and very appropriate to what he was doing, right? Like, I am here, what else is around me? Who else is around me? Right? Like, I mean, those are the obvious things that come to mind, and the answers come, right? Like, if you go onto their app, I think you'll start discovering the answers. Very, very interesting. And maybe I was just wondering, like, why hasn't anybody done this? Because it looks so powerful and so obvious, because we do 90% of the things very much around us, right? Within the 1 kilometer radius, typically, right? Whatever we do, largely play tennis or, go to a gym, go to a school, preferably, office also nearby, if we are lucky, right? Like a bunch of things, 90% we like to do things near our home. Maybe I think the reason is because Google was owning Google Maps and Facebook was owning the social network. If both were owned by one company, probably it would have already got done. Right?
Exactly, something like that, right? In fact, if you just look at trace back to the history, right? I think all of us come from that generation, right? Where, let's say, our grandfathers or parents or great grandfathers migrated from villages to cities, right? Then from cities, there was a transition from joint family to nuclear family, right? And over the last couple of decades is when people have started to realize, hey, my friend circle is my family, my neighborhood is my family. That is slowly started coming in. And in fact, so much that in UK, I think Lax and Uday would know, there is a ministry for urban isolation, right? So today we are living in a generation where we don't know our, let's say, family or extended family beyond our home. We don't know our neighbors, and then people are in cities, and there is this phenomenon of urban isolation that is creeping in, right? And why didn't anybody start this maybe 5 years back, 10 years back, if you look at it? Right now, the smartphones, let's say, came in the late 90s, early 2000s, right? Then the Google Maps came in the 2005 to 2015 time frame, right? So between 2010 to 15 is when we had Google Maps, the Just Dial in India, Yelp, right? Pinterest kind of people coming up across the globe. And between 2015 to 20, in the last 5 years, is when we had the Swiggies of the world, right? The delivery apps, right? So from hyperlocal discovery or place-based discovery, like a directory, right? From hyperlocal directory, today we are in hyperlocal transactions, the Swiggies, the Dunzos, right? The delivery apps, right? Maybe Uber, Ola also fall in that category.
Yep.
And we are slowly moving up the value chain, and we are in the space of hyperlocal collaboration, right? So from hyperlocal directory to hyperlocal transactions, the migration is now happening towards hyperlocal collaboration, because now we have location access on the phone, right? The GPS devices are on the phone. People are aware of how, thanks to Google Maps, people know what maps are and how to navigate. There is chat, thanks to WhatsApp. There is Facebook, thanks to there is social media, thanks to Facebook. Right now, probably now is the time. I think in the next couple of years, we see a lot of players coming into the space. And in the US, for example, in the US, there is somebody called Nextdoor. Right? In the European market, there is somebody called Nebenan. Nebenan literally in German means next door again. Right? So slowly things are catching up.
Sounds good, Naren. So one observation that I'm making in my own personal life is that due to COVID now, I'm only at my home, right? And I've started to sort of go around near my home a lot more. So how has COVID sort of impacted, the overall behavior? Are more use cases coming, or less use cases coming? How was the overall impact of COVID on I Am Here, the participants, and the different ways people are using it?
Sure. So in fact, COVID has come as a blessing in disguise for us, because across the world, right, the neighborhood has become the world for everybody. Right? So literally people are not able to move around. They are wanting to transact more and more. The whole going local is catching up. Even in India, Atmanirbhar, go local, vocal for local, and all those things are catching up. Right? And it is both the need-driven and the push-driven stuff. Right? So even on I'm Here, since our March, our engagement numbers have more than doubled. Right? And a lot of use cases that we were planning to enable, let's say 1 year from now, 2 years from now, they are automatically enabled by our users right now. For example, there are organic farmers selling fresh produce on the I Am Here app. Right? I have literally hired a laptop services person, doorstep laptop services person on the I Am Here app. I have hired an interior designer on the I Am Here app. I order biryani from a nearby restaurant through the I Am Here app. Right? So all of these use cases, right? The whole marketplace and the transaction-related use cases have bumped up now, right? People are trying to discover more, connect more. Hey, is this shop open? Is that shop open? Two, I am doing a photo shoot in a nearby lake. Things have caught up.
Absolutely, Naren. I still remember, when I first met you, you described how a group of people formed a cricket team just on the I Am Here app, right? So that's something that I remember. And And over the last few months, like I had a friend, a Bitsian by the name Bubu, who used to play badminton with me here in Chennai. But now he's back to Madurai. So I don't have a badminton partner, and I've stopped playing, and there's no other physical activity that I do, right? Like I'm so desperately trying to see who near me can play with me, right? So here I'm going to go today evening and check out if there is some badminton partner I can get on IBR as well.
Right, right. You're exactly right. We are completely digitizing the neighborhood transactions and putting a structure to the informal channels that exist today for the neighborhood.
Sounds good, Naren. So why don't you also show us a little bit of the app? How does it look? Maybe how can we sort of, use it? How are people using it? It will be very interesting to see that.
Let me do that. You can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how the app opens. On the top, you find a map section, right? Like pretty much like Google Maps, just that Google Maps has places, we have people. And below that, you have a wall, again, like a Facebook wall, where on Facebook, you find the feed from your friends. This is feed from your communities and within your neighborhood. Let me just go from the top. I'm just clicking on the map.
So one just seeing this, it reminds me of reading Mylapore Times, right? Like a lot of people, I'm sure, here are from Mylapore, Alvapet area, right? I can see a smile on Murugavel's face as well. So this exactly is something that we are so used to seeing here, right? The local classifieds newspaper, which is Mylapore Times, was pretty brilliant. And I've been wondering, why is that not done digitally, not across the country, etc. So I think this is the answer as well. So the green dots that we see, are they people? Is that what you said?
Yes. So on the map, you go there, you find people, businesses, events, NGOs near you, right? Literally, we have mapped the neighborhood, right? Anything that you would want to do in your neighborhood will be here, right? So there are people. Let's say I'm just clicking on the people filter.
Oh, red is people, green is businesses.
Green
Okay,
is
got
business,
it.
yellow is events, and purple is NGOs.
Got it.
Right? And in fact, we are the largest aggregator of verified NGOs in the country. We have about 10,000 NGOs. So any nook and corner of the country, you can open the iambier app and find an NGO.
Amazing. Interesting. So guys, like let's join. Let's make it more interacting and sort of free flowing. What do you think? Like maybe seeing this, are you also getting some ideas? Lex, Vignesh, Kiranmai, Muruga, please chip in with any thoughts.
Hey, Hari.
Yes, Sriram, go ahead.
Interestingly, I forgot me and my friend developed something for my UK friend long back, maybe 6-7 years back.
Mm-hmm.
They can create, I forgot it's in the Hindi name. I'll try to share that. We developed and he was trying to generate some fund there, maybe in 2015 or 16 sometime. Similar to that,
Sure.
you can set the radius of like some kilometers, and you can try to find out the people around you and try to, like, you can create a music club or whatever. We 5-6 years back we tried then, but we couldn't pursue it in a product.
So one of the things while I was sort of observing some chats in our own Bitsa Chennai group, we were trying to share Sundal, right? Like the 9 days in the Navratri, we were trying to see. So when Srikanth was sort of trying to see which home can I drop into, I was also trying to see who's the nearest Bitchian around me. So maybe Naren, like
if only
probably
we had
we'll try
used
and do
I am
it
here.
for. Exactly. Why don't we try it for?
I'll get to that.
Hey, Naren.
Yeah.
Naren, in fact, I tried something in the US, like the pandemic or whatever. We need the small business house, like the carpenters or the electricians or so how they can create them. So we tried some app, but they couldn't get the fund, right? They can create a profile and they can share it in the neighborhood, like I am here to provide this service. Right?
So people,
suddenly I'm looking for some carpenter to fix something. So I don't know whom to call in my neighborhood.
Right. I'll probably try searching for that, Sriram. Let me try searching for carpenter. Right? So let's say I'm here. It shows me there are 2 carpenters in a 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometer radius. Right now,
Okay.
I can just go. Let's say some setup suit. I can look at their profile. I can call that guy, or I can click on message and chat with that guy.
Yes, basically we tried that, but we couldn't take it. Maybe I'll share it in the offline, what we tried. Okay.
Sure. So Naren, how do you do this? I mean, is it too much of data collection manually, or do you have some technology hack to pull data, scrape, API, and all of that?
Yeah, so we do multiple such activities. Right now, let's say, for example, I'm just clicking here and then finding out who are the photographers near me.
Sure.
Right now, this is something, let's say, the Shrey as a person has created that I can look at her stories, I can call or message her from here.
Sure.
Right. So this is something where the user has come on to the app and created his or her profile. Right. In addition to this, we also look at universally and globally available data and keep aggregating them from our backend. Right. And then we have what we call as an automated onboarding process. Let's say, for example, I know there is a pharmacy store nearby. I mean, Google says it, somebody else says that, right? We aggregate them and then we send out an SMS-based communication to that pharmacy owner saying, hey, you are now live on the I'm Here app. Click on the link to claim your avatar, right? We call it avatar.
And then how is different from this is Google Neighborhood came in Mumbai. So how different this is?
Okay, so Google's Neighborly was again a transactional social app, right? If I may have put it that way, right?
Okay.
Where you can ask a question and people can respond.
Okay.
Right, but if you ask any of the Google Neighborly's user, they will say, hey, how many questions will I ask in my neighborhood? How many questions will I answer?
Okay.
Right. So on I Am Here, most of our engagement is on this wall. Right. People are discussing, people are posting questions. Somebody's posting about a yoga class. Right. Somebody's asking for a maid. Somebody's saying, hey, I'm going to this place. Is there in the waterfalls? Is there water there? Right. Now, these are the engagement aspects that we have on the app, where people are showcasing about their own hobby, their own profession, they're asking questions, they're posting about activities. All of that is happening at one place. Right? And that is how I would say, yeah, Neighborly was solving, for example, the question and answer use case on I Am Here app is just 1/4 of all the engagement that we have. Right? Another 1/4 is on, another 1/2 is on the wall.
Right. So can we say Neighborly was more like Quora with a local flavor?
Yes, Neighborly was hyperlocal Quora.
Got it. Yeah.
Right. It was not a collaboration platform per se.
Right. Right.
Naren, I have a question. So how do you verify or validate people? Since you mentioned that you help people to connect and when someone provides service offering, so how do you ensure that would you provide any layer of background verification or something so that you ensure that the right set of people are onboarded, so that people are quite fine with engaging with people? So how do you do that?
Sure. So what we do is, on the people aspect, of course, we leave it to people. Like, let's say I'm a photographer. If I come and say I'm a photographer, we probably don't have to verify whether I'm a photographer or not, right? But where we will have to do some additional checks and balances is when I say I provide photography services, right? So can my neighbor trust me, right? So for that, we do multiple things. One, at a technological level, we verify whether that person is in that location that he is claiming to be. Right? So I can't say I'm a photographer in Chennai and sit in Bangalore and never go to Chennai for the next 6 months, right? So we have, and again, all of this thanks to AI, ML technology, right? Some of these are easier today than before, right? So we verify whether the location is right or not, right? We verify whether this person has an entry in Google or Just Dial or this or that, right? And we build what we call as a credibility score, right? So let's say, Vignesh, you create your, what we call as avatars or profile. At the back end, our engine is constantly playing around with your credibility score. And based on your credibility score, you get recommended. Right? So if there are 3 other platforms where we are able to say, oh, okay, Vignesh is a photographer, is what he service provider, credibility score goes up. And of course, there's a community where people can report profiles, people can rate and review, all of that is there. Right? So we do certain things from the technology aspects from our own backend, and then we leave it to the community to build the neighborhood and the community that they want.
Interesting,
Naren.
interesting.
So, yeah, one interesting question, like, I mean, how many data points do you have? How many people do you have? How many points of interest, if we can call that, right? Like how many businesses or how many do you have currently? And then it would have been very difficult to start, right? Like you will have to seed it with some critical mass before sort of, it starts rolling over to add more data points and interest points and more collaboration
Right.
by its own. So how did you crack that initial thing?
Right,
Maybe you
right.
can start with where we are today in numbers, and then how did you really go
Sure.
through
Yes, you are
navigate
right.
that?
Right, typical chicken and egg problem of a marketplace, right? We are probably a social marketplace. That's the only difference, but we do have a network problem to solve here. We are right now 2 lakh users, mostly in Bangalore. We have just started pilots in 10 more cities, including Chennai, Mumbai, Hyderabad, a couple of tier 2 cities like Coimbatore, Mysore.
Sure.
And now what we are doing in some of these cities is exactly what we have figured out in Bangalore with these 2 lakh users. What we did first was, before we launched in Bangalore, we started with this public data aggregation, right? So the first user in Bangalore would already see the map populated, right? He will not see an empty map,
Sure.
right? That person may or may not be on I Am Here, but that onboarding process is still going on. But people still see some maps, and then when I create, let's say, a photographer, a guitarist, and a blogger avatar, now the second user who will join will see the earlier pins plus the 3 pins that I have created, right? And the first 10,000 users, we hit the ground. I was on the field for 2 months, 3 months, talking to people, getting them on board. It was, of course, a beautiful experience, once in a life kind of an opportunity. But once we got the first 10,000 users, we figured out, okay, we don't need a field presence anymore. So the remaining 1.9 lakh users, we have not had a single person going out on the field. It is a combination of this automated aggregation model as far as the supply data is concerned and digital marketing on the user level. And now we have launched what we call as a community model, where private apartments, college communities, business communities, IT parks, company communities can join on the I Am Here app. Right? So for example, if I just go to this college tab, I'm part of, let's say, the BITS community, and I can just literally click on the map and figure out, hey, who are the BITSians around, right? And I can communicate with them on the wall, right? Similarly, for the society, workplace, let's say I'm part of the I Am Here community, I can discover my colleagues nearby. Maybe we could carpool together, we could play a game of tennis over the weekend, right? All of those kinds of stuff. So these are the stuff that we have been doing differently, so that we don't depend on a field army, because then we'll have to build a 10,000 member army on the field, aggregating the data, onboarding the users. So that is what we are now automated through technology.
Interesting. So maybe I can just summarize it. It was,
sorry.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, I was just summarizing, Lux. So I think for us to sort of learn how to break the chicken and egg thing, right? Like one, you seed with some data that you make it available on day one. And then you do a lot of hard work, a lot of hustle, right? Like personally go and meet the first 10,000 users and get them on board, and maybe narrow cast them, right? Like probably in a very specific geography or specific areas of interest. And then slowly from then on, it grows concentric circles outside. Is that fair to say, Naren? Is that how?
Yeah, that's right, right. And now we are doing pilots in Mumbai, Delhi. Now we have figured out the way where we don't need a field presence even for the first 10,000 users. Right?
Perfect,
we have
perfect.
content, we have partners, we have partnered with Events High, we have partnered with GuideStar for Engine. So we already have the seed content coming from all over the country now. Right? And
sounds good. Great. Lux, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I've been following I'm Here for the past 1.5 years, just because it's one of my batchmen who started it. Right. So I read about a few recognitions from the government. How was your experience about it?
What from the government?
Recognitions from the government, right? I read about.
Sure. Yeah. Yes. So the most recent was I Am Here won the Government of India's Atmanirbhar App Challenge. So we are officially now in the top 40 apps in the country, right? So this has definitely given visibility. The government has also assured some kind of mentorship, projects in government contracts, etc. I would say, are we like the Singapore government? Probably not, right? Or a UK government. But so much has changed in the last 5 to 10 years, if all of us have to honestly admit, right? So we got a grant from the Karnataka state government called Elevate, right? That gave us grant, that gave us visibility, and a small pilot that we are trying with the agricultural ministry here, where we are aggregating farmers across the state of Karnataka, trying to give them a local marketplace, right? All of this has happened through this Elevate program, and now this government, the Atmanirbhar App Challenge has definitely given us the visibility, right? So definitely we are moving towards a model where government is helping and some of us are beneficiaries of it.
Okay, thank you.
Interesting, Naren. So since you also mentioned about government, so I'm just trying to sort of think aloud here. So are you also able to pull, let's say, the bureaucrats in a local area along with, let's say, their department names, maybe even the local councillors, maybe up to the MLAs, etc., in each of the localities, and sort of make an engagement layer for citizens and the bureaucrats and the elected representatives, or is it very difficult? Because for them to come on such a platform, there's a lot of lethargy involved. How are you seeing it? Did you even think about these areas?
Yeah, we are definitely thinking about it. In fact, in the smart cities concept, right, the 100 smart cities and the tenders that have come out, I in fact worked on some of these smart city programs even in my earlier startup Intel, where I was part of the founding team that was into smart cities, smart enterprises, etc. So in the smart city and the government's language is called citizen collaboration. We are definitely talking to the government people here, the ministries and the municipalities here. We started doing a small bit of pilot in one of the constituency here, but definitely there is a lot of resistance for multiple reasons, right? I mean, just to on the funny side, right? Let's say the government is a BJP government, and the ward is a Congress ward, and then the municipality is a JDS. Right now, they don't want to be caught, right? And hey, this person is complaining in your ward that belongs to you, right? They don't want to be caught in that, right? But 5 years down, will this be the case? I don't think. I think this is going to change, right? I mean, it's about somebody in the top pushing, saying, "Hey guys, we are people's representatives." Somebody takes the lead, and then everybody will try to copy after that, right? I mean, Shashi Tharoor on Twitter today. Every politician is on Twitter, right? So things will catch up. That way, we are definitely talking to both the central and the state governments to see how to keep this.
Interesting. How about the bureaucrats? There are a lot of Bitsian bureaucrats, right? In the IAS, IPS, etc. Is that something that you tried? Maybe is that a little more easier than the elected guys?
Possibly, yeah, that could be something that we can tap. Right now, we because of the Elevate program, we are fortunate to discuss with a few good-willing IAS officers, right? Sure. With whom we are driving this farmer program. There are small traders that we are aggregating, small businesses that we are aggregating. Some of those are happening, and we are slowly pushing this governance aspect also to it. But this is a good idea. I think I should reach out to the Bitsian bureaucrats and see if somewhere we can get an opening.
Absolutely. No, great. You were showing the app. Maybe there are other areas that you could show as well. Yeah, someone was asking about question. Please shoot.
Yeah. So as in, hi, I'm Jayesh. I'm actually new to the session and everything. I just saw the link in the Bitsa UK app, UK group. And like quite a good thing, like that I actually joined the talk. I was actually going to go for a run. But yes, I was actually quite intrigued by after looking at his startup. So there's another Bitsian who actually started something like this. So Siddharth Sen, you can look him up. He started Meshup, and I think Meshup is not operating anymore. And so what his startup was very similar to IMUR, but I think they were trying to get everyone on board by using a workforce. So by actually promoting all this locally, as in physically, and instead of probably the approach that you use. So maybe I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I came across him about 3-4 months ago, and I had a discussion with him. So and he's right now the director of products at Coinex, which is now Flowbiz. So director of products at Flowbiz, and so that's one. Another thing. I was just looking at this, and Siddharth, I'll just ping Mesh up. I'll just do you know about this?
I've heard about this
Do you
name
all?
somewhere.
Yeah, I'll just I'll probably yeah, I will yeah, I texted that on the chat.
Okay,
This
okay.
is one name. So it's a Bitsian who. So he's a Bitsian who started this, and the other four people were also, I think, Bitsians. No, sorry, no. No. I think the co-founders were some other people. Another thing, when you were actually talking about the local communities, let's say, so you start talking about Bitsians, so like college related stuff. So like if you want, we want to particularly go to college specific community, like people find college specific people. There's one other thing which I'd like to recommend. So as in, let's say, creating a platform for, I don't know how feasible this would be and how like helpful this would be for, but Assist is a platform which is created by Rahul Chabra. He's another Bitsian. So this particular platform is to connect Bitsians with Bitsians. It's basically an app right now for Bitsians itself, and he has tried to. So he's been working on it by himself, and he has a few other people who are working under him, and that is quite an interesting place for like college specific social platform. So maybe like I just again same thing. So this is another thing that I wanted to bring to your attention, and maybe you can look into this. So what they do is it's a place where you can create groups. You can add people, you can talk to people, and yeah. So basically, community to for relevant stuff for you. For example, there's one for music. There's one for political memes and other stuff. So yeah, these are the two things. So Assist, ASSIST, by Rahul Chabra and Siddharth Sen ka I already told you. So I also heard about. So you're talking about getting people farmers to actually get, so connecting farmers with their to buyers. So there's one very interesting startup, Dehat. I don't know if you know about them, but that's exactly what they've been doing, and they're very big now. As in, yeah,
Yeah, the
they
agri
kind
startup,
of
right?
are.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funded by
So
Omnivore and others. Yeah,
yeah, I am not sure about the specifics, but I was reading about the same. And
sure.
yeah, that was an interesting startup, and they actually providing everything. So they're providing them the like basically payment solutions and a platform to sell their products. They're getting buyers and sellers. I'm not really sure about the distribution though, but I think they're trying to replace the existing mandis that are there and trying to give the farmers a bigger platform to sell their products to. So Dehat is the name of the, yeah. And yeah, I so how so yeah, I think you probably know about Local. Local is a quite a big platform, and I think it's in Hyderabad and a few other regions. It provides hyper local news and connect communities. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I read about Local right after I got to know about Siddharth. So yeah, Local is another. So it's I think hyper local news, uh, and it's only in the southern parts of India as of now. So yeah, these are a few things which I thought I'll just bring in your attention. And
Sure.
so one question I had, so let's say how do I actually, so you talked about all, maybe I didn't listen to it properly, but you talked about how I can connect with all the, let's say I want a photographer, I can connect with the photographer, but you have the app open. So can you show me, if I'm a user, how do I connect to a person?
Sure. So let's say I'm now clicking on the people filter, and let's say clicking on photographer. From there, then I'm now looking at somebody called Ravan, who's probably like half a
Right.
kilometer. I'm looking at his profile, and I can call him if he's enabled the call, but he's blocked the call, so I
Right.
can message him from here,
Okay.
right? So that is how.
Right. Yeah. So let's say if I'm living in a society, and is this feature there like in existence? Like if I'm in a society and I want a, like as a secretary, I want a like society specific group where we can share all the updates related to the society. Is that possible?
Brilliant use case.
Right. So I will just come to that. Now, what happens is you see the tabs here: neighborhood, workplace, college, business park, society, etc. Right. I just go to the society tab. I search for my apartment community, let's say Embassy Espana, and then fill a form and join. And once I've joined, this will be a private social network within my community.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
So
can have the
this is, I
same for
think.
workplace.
Sorry. Please continue. I'll just add.
Yeah, I can have the same for workplace or college. Now I can go here and then find out, hey, what Mike? There is a photographer, brand consultant, pet parent, geek, business consultant, writer, right? So these are all my, let's say, what my colleagues are, right? Similarly, I would look at what my society people in my society are. So just that when I go to this tab, the map is of the community and the wall is of the community, right? So this is my society's
Right.
wall, workplace wall, and the map is my workplace or society map.
So Naren, if we want to join a group, let's say, or create and join a group called Bitsa Chennai on I'm Here, for example, right? Like, how do we do that? Or is there already a Bitsins community? Maybe you can show us how can we
Yes.
join there, for example.
So
There is one for bits,
yeah, there's
which
a
I
BITS
just
Pilani
discovered.
community
Yeah.
in the college tab, right, where
Okay.
Bitsians all of us can join and start discovering each other in the
Is
location.
this a private group or this is more public?
Okay, so the only the neighborhood here is a public group. All the other communities are private communities. It's an
Got it.
admin moderated community. So every person who comes here will have to be approved by the admin.
Got it. Interesting. So in the society workflow, you showed that, there is an embassy society which we could sort of, type in my apartment number, my name, etc., and then we get in there, right? Like similarly in the college thing, do you have a similar sort of
Yes, so
capturing the basic thing?
yes, every community has a community request form, registration form,
Got it.
where there are basic details that you'll have to fill in. So the admin who's approving will have the details.
Got it. Got it. And if so required, can some of the details be part of the intro? Like, for example, if you're there on the group and Vignesh is on the group, I want to look at Vignesh's batch, for example.
Right.
Would I be
right.
able to know?
Right. So that some of those will be visible to others. Yes.
Perfect. Nice.
Right? And of course,
Interesting.
once you are there, then you can start creating. Right. Like I have, for example, created a couple of avatars. Let's say I've told I'm an entrepreneur. I've told I'm a guitarist and a blogger. Now people can start creating. So not only can I know people from my college nearby, I will also know, hey, okay, he's a guitarist, right? Oh, he's a golfer, right? Oh, he's from Dell, right? I may be wanting to ping Dell as a contact, right? What I can't do on Facebook or a LinkedIn, you will be able to do here.
Interesting.
Picking from what Hari has asked, so how do I start a new community or a new group for, let's say, Bitsa Chennai? And can we, switch between the moderators, or what are all the options we might have there?
Okay, so right now what we are controlling from our backend is there is a request that you need to put in, or anybody will have to put in for any of these private communities. And we just do a small sanity check on the existence of the community, the details, etc., and have it created from the backend, and then make you the admin, right? And then you can start onboarding or inviting people.
Interesting. So Naren, Vignesh is telling we are going to create one Bitsa Chennai group here.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one.
There's no doubt.
And yeah, anything else like the society groups? Anybody here who lives in a very large society, maybe is part of the association secretary or someone, like anybody around here who wants to create that and see?
No, but I think I'm already thinking that I would start one for my workplace, so that
Sure.
we can start interacting.
Cool.
Sure. And of course, Hari, like the chicken and egg answer that I gave for the neighborhood, even for the communities, we have created a lot of communities, again, aggregating from publicly available information, and already created those communities there. So what we are doing is the first person we are validating from our side and making him the admin, him or her the admin. Post that admin takes over. So what we have, and again, thanks to COVID, initially we had a top-down sales approach where we would go and meet a company, communities, society, workplace, etc. And then once the HR says okay, once the society head says okay, then we created the community and rolled it out for them. Now in COVID, we were not able to do all these meetings. So we decided, okay, let's create all these communities from the back end, right? And do like a freemium model, right? I mean, by default, most of the features will be available, and depending on the tiers, There will be subscription charges on it, and some will be free. Basically, we have gotten rid of the sales dependency, right, and the physical meeting dependencies, and enabled a
Right.
Slack kind of model.
Got it. Sounds good. No, interesting. So yeah, so the next question I was about to ask, taking also from Sri's. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sriram.
It's okay. Murugal here.
Hi, Murugal. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Naren, I have a question for you. Whether any business institutions can utilize this I Am Here Now app as a digital marketing tool?
Any business institution means?
See, example I am saying, there is a new scan center, for example, in Jayanagar itself, okay, in Bangalore. They want to target the nearby people.
Murugal, just losing you a little. I don't know if it's my network
Yeah.
or.
No, Murugal, we are also not able to hear you clearly. The words are sort of breaking in between. So I understood Murugal's question. So he is asking, can a business use it as a marketing platform, digital marketing sort of a platform, to be able to connect to prospect customers? Can they publish that, I'm a new scan center, I offer this test at subsidized rates, etc., etc.?
Right, absolutely. So that is this wall, right? So that is where we are a little different from Google Maps, right? Google Maps is more like a directory, right? Versus we are a collaboration platform. Let me just pick up, let's like this person, right? This person has started yoga classes, and this Akash is a certified yoga instructor, and he's promoting his business in the neighborhood, right? Somebody is saying, and of course it's a two-way communication, right? Somebody is saying, hey, any maid, right? And somebody's replied, hey, there's a maid available, right? So, and this person is doing homemade chocolates for Diwali, Sagarika. She's posting on the I Am Here app, right? So these are all local businesses promoting in the local area, right? By default, the post reaches a 5-kilometer radius, but of course, in the absence of filters, anybody can access any post across the country, as long as it's in the public circle.
They will get some instant notifications if they put offers or schemes.
Yes, so yeah, that's something like that is what we do. So somebody asks a question, there is an instant notification that we trigger. When somebody is promoting or somebody is posting a picture, we send more like a digest notification, and we also fine tune that based on users' interests, right? The AI logic again kickstart. So let's say I'm interested in art related stuff, I will get art related notifications on my app, right? Versus I'm not at all into sports, I will probably not get sports related things. But there are questions that anybody can answer in the neighborhood. So for those, we trigger an instant notification. Otherwise, it is either a digest or an interest-based notification.
That's a great thing. So they can add this as one of their DM tool, apart from normal SMS, email, or WhatsApp marketing. So I'm Here can be utilized as one of the great tool.
Absolutely. And
good, Naren, I will get connected with you.
Right, and these need not be even just these local entrepreneurs, local brands. And now imagine even, let's say, a Nike showroom, right? Now Nike at a Facebook or an Insta or a LinkedIn, they are doing a brand level marketing, right? But let's say today, if your Nike showroom next door or in your locality is offering a 20% discount, it's very unlikely that you will actually know it until the time you walked into the store. Because Nike doesn't have a platform today to tell the neighborhood where 80% of its business comes in, right? Every neighborhood store, 80% of business comes within a 3 to 5 kilometer kind of radius. But while if you are looking for shoes, you may probably go to Amazon and find out that Nike is giving a 15% discount. But your neighborhood Nike store may be giving a 20% discount. You wouldn't know it until you walked into the store. And that is where we are giving a platform for Nike, let's say in Chennai, Nike store A may be giving a 20% discount, Nike store B in another locality may be giving a 10% discount, Nike store C in another locality may not be giving any discount, right? So here, all these stores can be what we call as individual business avatars. This guy can control his own promotions. The chat will reach to this guy, not to a public centralized call center, right? Hey, I will message this guy and ask, hey, are you open right now? He'll say, yeah, we are open till 9:30. Hey, are you running any discount right now? Yeah. I can even ask pictures, right? It's a complete, what do you say? So we are basically enabling the person behind a business onto the front end, right? So when I'm talking to an Nike,
Definitely.
it's the person I'm interacting. When I'm talking to an art and craft store, it's that person I'm talking to.
Absolutely. So Lax is asking you, when are you going global? So we have two people from London here, right? Like so.
Yeah, so that is there, yeah, probably in 1 or 2 years from now, until we get an investor who say, hey, you guys have to go tomorrow. But as of now, I
You
would
don't have
say,
no need to have an investor. You no need to have an investor, Naren, I'm saying.
yeah, I mean, see, right now,
I'm doing 5 to 6 years. This is a
yeah,
very
so
good
probably,
tool if you say there is an alternate for this. Okay, one more question, quick question for me is, what are the other parameters we can capture using I'm here? For example, those businesses who wants to target any male group or female group, like that, any parameters, age-wise, gender, income group. So these are all the any parameters this can be drilled down for them.
yes, so pretty much like how on any social media network, when I am a business and I want to promote my post, let's say this person has made this, let's say this post, and if Akash wants to promote his post, right? We give an option where he can promote 2 or 5 kilometer radius, 10 kilometer radius, city level, country level, etc. He can target fitness related people, right? Fitness related people, male, this age group, all those kinds of targeting we give for promotions, right? And we will be able to, and with the intelligence that we are building, let's say we are in Bangalore now, let's say there's this place called MG Road, right? In MG Road, we will know there are 350 fitness enthusiasts. There are 250 fitness trainers. There are 280 sports enthusiasts, right? Now we will be able to target and show them what they want. Plus, let's say I'm a fitness enthusiast, I'm looking for Nike, I'm looking to buy shoes. I'll be more than happy to consume a Nike coupon, which is offering a 20% discount, and I know that he's next door, right? So that's the kind of intelligence that we are trying to build. And for both brands, for entrepreneurs, maybe housewives wanting to start a business, maybe I'm wanting to they make breakfasts or dinners and sell it to bachelors in my neighborhood, right? We will give an ability for this homemaker to make this promotion, right? That's the kind of detailing that we are getting into, right? Because today the other options are newspaper inserts, right? Old style, right? Maybe the scraps, the pamphlets being distributed, or plain vanilla, there will be a slate in front of the store or a poster that will say 20% off, right? So we are trying to digitize all of that. I mean, it could even be something like when we did a survey, when we started up I'm Here, we did a survey with about 300, 500 people across the social spectrum, right? Many, for example, small dosa joints, let's say dosa joint that would be in Chennai, right? Now, you don't need a Swiggy to, I mean, the dosa is just 20 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, right? Swiggy is not going to deliver, that's another thing, but they are not going to give 25% to Swiggy for that, right? Now, what if you, and there is a dosa joint, for 5 years you are in that neighborhood, and the dosa joint has a small board say WhatsApp me for this order, but you never note it down, right? And nobody will note down a dosa joint's phone number, right? But on I'm Here, you don't need to know their phone number, you can just chat, right? Right, Anna, we need a dosa, masala dosa, I'll come and pick it up, right? Or I need a masala dosa, can you come and deliver? Right? Or I'll say, hey, dosa, send it through Dunzo or a Swiggy or whatever, right? So we want to give that freedom to the users, to the businesses, right? And not strangulate them, hey, you have to order through me, give me 25%. No, we want to give the freedom to users because there are 100 other ways we can monetize the app.
Interesting. So do you also allow people to pay for the transaction?
We are just starting. So we did a pilot. We did a pilot with a set of 500 artists who submitted about 1,500 Ganesha idols through the I'm Here app during Ganesh Chaturthi. Now we are slowly expanding that pilot.
So I'm Here is like is a larger platform, right? It's not one startup. So I'm seeing it as a Facebook plus a Just Dial plus. I mean, Jayesh was telling it's a Dehat, right? Plus it's a Swiggy also now, right? So it seems like a
yeah. So yeah, you are right now as a startup, right? What do we focus on? Hey, is this too many things? Now we are simple.
Yeah.
in our mind, we are clear about the problem that we are solving, right? The only
Yeah.
problem that we are solving is we are connecting people in the neighborhood.
Right.
And in the process, telling who's there in the neighborhood and what is happening in the neighborhood. Right now, we are giving a wall. People want to sell dosa through it. People want to find a sports buddy. People want to sell photography services. People want to create an event. It's an NGO. It's up to them. We are providing a map. We are providing a wall. That's all.
Right.
Now, we
Right.
are designing, promotion, transaction. They're all small layers on top of that.
Right. Very interesting. Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, just
Hey,
another thing.
sorry,
So-
and final question for me. A final question
Sure.
for me. It's okay. Naren, one more question. Suppose two brands are promoting in the I am here, whether they will be contradictory in gaining their customers, or how we are preventing that one? For
Okay,
example,
so
I'm saying Adidas and Nike both are branding at the same time and they are targeting the same locations. So whether how to claim, they claim these are all my clients and these are all my prospects, how we can differentiate to them, or any parameter we can fix it so that at a time only one brand can promote and another can't be do that. So this is my question to you on this front.
sure. In fact, it need not be like that, right? Today, if you walk across to the main road, you will see a Nike showroom and you will see an Adidas showroom, right? Nike will say 20% off, Adidas will say 18% off, right? You can walk in here, you can walk in there, right? We are only digitizing this whole experience where we are providing an opportunity for Adidas to say 20% discount and Nike to say 18% discount, and the audience is the same, the consumer is the same, right? As much as it is on Facebook or Insta or Amazon, right? The customers will be the same shared customers. There is nothing like, okay, I am Adidas customer, etc. Right? So they can promote in the neighborhood, and it depends on the promotional aspects here. Whose promotion reaches to more customers will be dependent on the attractiveness of the promotion itself. Right? We don't want to put probably that restriction.
Okay. Great. Thanks,
Right.
Naren.
So I actually
Thanks, everyone.
just one. Can I ask one question? Do we have to?
Yes,
time?
yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sure, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I used the Meetup app when I was back in UK. So just to clarify, I'm not in UK anymore. Like right now, I'm back in Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. So yeah, Meetups. The app that it was particularly so. When I came back in India, it was not. I saw that the groups were quite inactive, and then like it was not as good year anymore. So like I understand the fact that we can look and go and look up any photographers or maybe people who might be interested in the same thing. So let's say there were themes like 20s, 30s, like something of that sort. So like people in their 20s, 30s, and then maybe someone interested in the field of cinema. So they want to go and watch a movie together. So what meetups do is they help it connects you, it helps you to directly look up an event, and you don't have to talk to anyone and you don't have to like sign up anywhere. You can just show up if you're there in the group to the place. So is that something that you are looking at? Is that something that we can do here, something of that sort?
Yes. So let me just take a moment to summarize and throw light on what you're saying. Right now, what we have is this platform where people can discover each other near them and connect with each other near them. And who are these guys? They could be people, which means they are interacting for hobbies or interests or profession. There are businesses and there are NGOs. And what can these people do? They can interact one-on-one through the map, or they can interact on the wall, which is a group collaboration. They can create events, right? Or they can buy and sell and all those stuff, right? So events is also one of the pieces that we are enabling. And we have already integrated with this events platform called Events High. So all the Events High apps are on our app, right? So we are more a google.com where we are able to give traffic to Events High, and we are able to have data to show our users through Events High. We are also exploring an integration with Meetup, right? So our larger vision is this, right? That is google.com is an entry point for all things web today, right? Facebook is an entry point for all things social media today. We are trying to see if I am here can be the entry point for all things neighborhood, right? Neighborhood, when people think neighborhood, we want I am here to come in their mind. And in the neighborhood, people may create events, or we will have 5 partners with whom we have an integration and we enable and show it, right? The booking can still happen through Meetup, can still happen through Events High. We will have a revenue share with them, right? But when you are a user in the neighborhood, you don't care whether that event is hosted on Meetup or on Events High or something else. You are looking for an event that weekend to go with family or with friends, right? And you don't care from which platform it is coming, right? So we want to be that platform, like that Google for people, enabling that Facebook for them to connect, right? With our location as a filter, right? So that is what.
Understood. Makes sense.
So on the app, if you see, you can post an image, you can ask a question, you can create an event, right? Those are the interaction methods. Right now, probably a little bit of marketplace, we are fine tuning. There's a lot of hiring that's happening. For example, people are hiring service providers. Loungers are hiring musicians, guitarists, singers for their shows, right? Small businesses are hiring sales executives through our app, right? Small grocery, small stores are hiring front office people through the app, right? So all of those are happening, right? While people are forming cricket teams, sports teams, dance buddies, music buddies, there are businesses that are able to sell and hire through the app. There are event organizers that are able to get people to sign up for their event. NGOs are able to get volunteers for their activities. All of that is happening in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, so that like just so I got a question. So if let's say my elder brother is going to get married, and I want to find a person to who some basically marriage, I don't know what you call it, but so like people who facilitate weddings. So let's say I want someone who's not in my neighborhood, but let's say it's that particular organization, that business is in the city. Is that an option available, that I can explore all these such businesses in the city, or is it's very specific to the neighborhood itself?
No, so the neighborhood is an open community. So I can actually change my location to, let's say, Chennai, right? As long as I'm in the neighborhood, right? And I can go and search for, let's say, wedding services, right? Like wedding stores.
Right.
Right. Okay. Of course, I can't do this as part of a private apartment, or those are private communities, but the neighborhood is a public community and I can search for them. So wedding services or whatever, you can search at a city level. I mean, pretty much like how Google Maps will work. Right? You can
yeah, got it.
I'm just zooming out to Chennai radius, and I can now enable my search across Chennai city.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Yep.
So people in Chennai, like you can see the map is slowly getting populated there. Right, there are definitely businesses that we have aggregated. Okay, Hari, on your question on where we are, I told you 2 lakh users, but these are just the users. Now we already have 3 lakh businesses across the country aggregated. We have 10,000 NGOs across the country aggregated. We have like 75,000 events aggregated across the country so far. Right, so that's why in Chennai you will see the businesses and NGOs are already populated, and people are slowly creating their the lawyer, doctor, GOT fan. I mean, where in the digital world you can actually find a GOT fan near you, right? We get to that kind of people. Doctor, right? You're in an emergency. There are 2 doctors nearby, right? Thyroid center to some doctor, lawyer nearby, right? 2 photographers, all of those kinds of stuff. There's an accountant, software engineer. That is exactly
right.
Interesting. Sounds good.
We want iOS app launched. Yes, iOS is already there, but it's still like a 1-year-old app. We are getting it synced up in the next couple of months. So by this year end, what you see on Android today will be there on iOS as well. Stay with neighborhood fundamentals. Absolutely, absolutely, right? That is the larger vision, right? If 70 to 90% of our lives are spent in our neighborhood, right? I mean, it's actually a little, what do you say? It's a little funny, right? If I am an art lover, it's so much easier for me to follow an artist in New York on Instagram, right? But if that artist is next door selling his artwork on Amazon and shipping, it's very unlikely that, oh, he's an artist and he's doing some artwork and selling, right? That is the gap that we are trying to fulfill. And unfortunately, we are in an era where we need an app to tell people what is happening in the neighborhood or who's there in the
No,
neighborhood.
it's good and bad, Naren. I mean, that is giving you the opportunity to create I here and take it forward as well, right? So absolutely, yeah.
Well, actually, that just reminded me. So one of my cousins, she just started, like, she started this as an hobby, painting, and she's looking forward to selling some on eBay. And this is the exact problem that you just stated. So, like, people are interested in buying something that might be, or maybe looking at stuff that is there in the New York, but not the same from your society itself. So maybe yes, we would definitely love to see you guys go global, basically.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is there in our mind, and that we are just silently thinking, hey, should we do a small silent pilot somewhere outside India? We are thinking, hey, which geography can be, right? You never know what can click where. Right? And we are pretty much, we have figured out, I mean, if we can launch in Mumbai without having a field presence, we can launch in London or Indonesia, New York as well. Nothing is stopping us. It is just our marketing strategy that we need to get right and slowly start opening it up.
Absolutely. Would dense cities, countries, let's say a small one like a Singapore, for example, be easier?
Right. So that is what we were thinking. We were thinking some other South Asian country before we go global. So our next pilot will most likely be some South Asian country, some pilot somewhere, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia kind of place before.
Yeah, possible. I mean, even Indonesia, for example, probably 90% of GDP is in Jakarta only, right? Like something like that, or heavy skew towards that. So if we get one city there, I mean, huge population plus a lot of activity there could really make it easier to launch. Great. Sounds good, guys. I mean, it's been a wonderful session. So I'm looking forward to the Bitsa Chennai community getting created on I'm here to start, right? I mean, that's how I'm still figuring out how do I overcome this iOS Android thing or wait for a month or so. Yeah. That's one.
Naren?
Yes,
Sriram, yes.
Just if you are developing it is maybe you can look at Flutter as your development.
So you are right. So we are moving to Flutter.
Instead of developing it in different language, use Flutter. It will seamlessly integrate with iOS and Android. It's a single code base.
I will definitely connect with you offline
because Flutter has really matured in last 2 years. Really matured.
Yes. So you'll be happy to hear we have, where I said iOS, it's actually coming on Flutter.
Yes.
So we have started the work on Flutter now.
Good.
We were evaluating, hey, native is there and not scaling up. So we were evaluating between React and Flutter. But now...
No, React, don't go for React Native. It's really a killer.
Right.
It will suck you. It will a lot of headaches. You will go through it.
Right. So our Flutter app is kind of 60-70% ready. Another 1 month of development effort. So over this month, and then December we'll have the Flutter hybrid.
You can maintain the same code base. You don't need to have a separate code base for. And it is allow you to create a native app itself.
Native app, and Flutter is the only platform, since all of us are techies, which is also offering web interface.
Yes, it's kind of a PWA stuff you can think of in Flutter.
Correct. For React, you need a React Native for app and React JS for
and
web.
Especially Flutter, that UI is more, the grids are more flexible the way you can manage, you want to control it in the real native app.
Right. Our Android developers are loving Flutter. I mean,
it's really matured.
Right. And
last 2 years, it's really maturing.
Yeah, maybe just in the interest of the other people also, right? Maybe some of your techies, some of your entrepreneurs wanting to do, right? Flutter is a hybrid development framework that Google has launched. And so far, the other hybrid that we had was React, supported by Facebook. And earlier, we used to have something called Ionic and all that, right? And when we started this in 2016-17, some of these hybrid networks, hybrid platforms did not make sense to us because the whole map-based interface was not that good on some of these hybrid platforms.
Yes.
Now with Flutter being done by Google has literally cracked, and some of these map-based interfaces, animations, and all of us are engineers, right? Now, I'll just tell you an engineering benefit here. The build time on Flutter is like a few seconds.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
To build what it takes, like anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes, is just 2 to 5 seconds on Flutter. So imagine the productivity improvement, right? An engineer is building like 1 to 1.5 hours he's spending on building every day. Now that time is saved on Flutter. So our developers are absolutely loving the Flutter environment.
Love
Thanks.
to hear that.
And I know so much about Flutter, I would want to connect with you offline and get some advice from you, right? I'll take your contacts from Hari or...
Already I started with you privately.
Okay. Yeah, done.
Sounds good.
It's available in web now? Web search?
After Flutter. So by December end or early January, we will be on web as well.
Yeah, no, I think the benefits of SEO, organic traffic that can come, like if you're available on web, is amazing. Like I've seen the benefit for Pharmeasy, for example, right? Pharmeasy is a company that sells medicines. The moment they opened up, let's say, one page on every medicine, right? Like, let's say, for example, maybe some azithromycin, and then it's an antibiotic, and then write about the pluses, negatives, where all it can be applied, what dosage for adult, what dosage for children. And then if you have this collection for like millions of medicines, then the organic traffic came so high, the CAC of the company reduced significantly. So I think, the moment you put this on the web, I think that's going to be a good benefit as well.
Right. I mean, you search for photographers near me, and I'm here. Page comes up, right? Nothing like it.
Yeah, as I said, Vignesh is my official PRO once again. No, great guys. Anybody else has any further question? I also I'm keeping tab of the time. We've shot more than an hour comfortably, 1 hour 15 minutes now. After we started the Lacha, right? Post the Lacha, right? Like so.
Yeah. So Hari, I was just looking through the chats. There was one question raised by Lax. How does it feel starting? I'm not too sure if Naren has taken the question. Naren, would you want to pick that one? So,
yes, sir. What's the question? I'm just scrolling down.
Okay. Yeah. So,
permanent job to entrepreneur.
So, how does it feel? How does it feel to be an entrepreneur stepping out from a very cushy corporate job?
Yeah. We want some real answers, Naren.
Yeah.
That's a kick, Naren. Hey, Hari, you know the kick of the entrepreneur journey, right?
No. We also know the kick that entrepreneurship gives to everybody, right? Like,
that's a kick. Right?
It's a mix.
You'll get the kick.
I think it's about where you get the kick.
Exactly.
See, when you try to solve the problems from all the angles, the pressures, the stress, the families and business, the cash flows, still you can deliver. Nothing like that. You won't get it anywhere, right?
Right. So that is definitely there. I mean, the satisfaction of solving a problem. Right?
Yes.
You don't get that in a regular corporate job, right? But of course, I mean, the security and the stability may not be peace of mind these days because that's also contested. But the stability that corporate job, I don't think a startup will ever give that, at least for the first 3 years, maybe even 5 years, till you are about Series B, right? Or you are acquired like Hari or somebody like that, right? But until then, it is definitely a struggle, right? And I think it's mostly about the courage to do this started when I was in my previous startup, right? As part of the founding team, which means it was more equity and less of salary. And that salary was also like started on the 1st, then 5th, then 10, 15, 25 next month, next quarter.
Even for 3-4 months, you won't get anything.
Once you have lived that life once, right? Then it's like, okay, I can live without salary for 6 months, 1 year, okay, doesn't matter. That fear, right? I think it's fine. It's more like that cycle, right? Okay, once you have the freedom, say, okay, I look straight and do, right? There's no stopping, right? But of course, I mean, 90%, 99% of startups will fail. That's okay. You will still do better on your next job, on your next project, right? Or in your next startup.
It's all learning. If you should not take it as a failure, it's all learning.
Correct. And I think you owe that much to yourself, right? I think you can gift yourself those 2-3 years if you want to do it. If you want to do it, if you're that person who loves solving problems, if you're that person who loves like Dhoni, the stress and all that, right? And if you are somebody who's wanting to do something bigger in life, right, definitely you should give yourself those 2-3 years.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Really a very interesting
Lovely.
session.
I think it was a completely fabulous session where it was completely interactive and great moderation there by Hari, and amazing to have had you here, Naren.
No, I had to do nothing.
Before,
But we couldn't
Naren.
see Hari's face at all.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's hiding from the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
I
My
was
camera
trying-
somehow is stuck. I don't know why.
Okay.
So
Hari, you have to find a neighborhood to fix it.
Yeah, seriously.
So, Hari, would you want to just check if you can come onto the video mode? We thought we will just quickly capture a picture, and before I hand it over to.
The Zoom is unable to detect the camera, right? Like I sent you the screenshot. That's what I'm getting.
Oh my God! Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you should go ahead.
Kiran, would you be able to take a quick screen grab so that we can, everyone in the gallery mode and everyone are covered here?
Hey, Jayesh.
Yes.
Great. It's always fabulous to have people from across the world joining us, UK, London, Bombay, and a whole host of places, Bangalore especially, where Naren is joining us from. Fabulous. So I would like to formally bring this session to a closure. Thanks especially to Naren and Hari to step in here and share very interesting stuff. But before we do this formally, I thought I'll invite Kiran here and share the vote of thanks on behalf of the BITSA Chennai.
Vote of thanks. That's too formal.
Too formal.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think, I needed to only step in probably 10%, 20% of the time. I think all of you stepped in. We were all moderating the whole thing, right? Like Naren was beautiful in his flow and explaining. Like, yeah, and we made it more informal with Kiran and Sriram and Murugavel chipping in with a lot of questions in the initial thing. And then Jayesh joined, Lux joined in between, Vignesh always, right? Like through the thing. Yeah, Kiran, I stole your show. Vote of thanks. Please,
I
if
was
you
just
want to
thinking
continue.
So yeah, I will try to make it formal if at all it's possible.
More
but
like
yes.
a national anthem. National anthem in every event.
Yeah. So yes. So good evening, and I think thank you for being part of this wonderful session. Of course, as all good things come to an end in life, so is this webinar. On behalf of BITSA Chennai, I take this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks. So, to everybody, I know there were some people who wanted to join but could not, and there were some who have actually directly contributed to this webinar and not here today for whatever busy reasons they had. So thanks to every one of them. And at the outset, of course, I would also thank Naren and Hari for hosting it so well. I personally like this idea a lot because I always keep searching if I can get something really close to me in my neighborhood instead of having to travel quite far. So now I'm happy that I have an app right in my hand which is going to help me with this ordeal. So I'm also happy that we got to know about several others like Local or Dehat, Milna, Meetup, and there were many more which were being talked about. So I'm happy to know that there were several others who have tried their hand at such platforms. And Naren, for you, I think I like the idea of exploring the possibility of bringing in Bitsian bureaucrats, and maybe it's something you would also want to explore. And I know that I'm definitely going to try this app further to find a delectable snack in my neighborhood during this Diwali. And I'm sure all of you will. So thank you.
Absolutely. And one question. So Vignesh, thanks for bringing that up. Naren, what can we do as a community, as BITSA Chennai? Is there anything ABCD that we could potentially?
Yes, so maybe a few things. One, of course, we should definitely come on to the I'm Here community and try out, and you can give us first-hand feedback. Other than that, let's say in any of your workplaces, if you're looking for, I'm sure all of these workplaces are now looking for private social network, not just because of COVID, even over the last couple of years, like Workplace has been launched by Facebook, there's the Yammer by Microsoft, right? But none of those is solving a social discovery and collaboration problem. So if any of our communities workplace in the office, if we can put it out as a pilot, more than happy to support that, right? Or apartments, right? It could be any of those things, right? Definitely happy to do that.
Sounds good. No, this is pretty helpful. And how big a community would be a good starting point? How many members in an office? How big an office?
In an office, upwards of 500 people is a good fit.
Sure.
Right, and society, it actually doesn't matter because they have a like 3 or 4 or 5 WhatsApp groups anyway, regardless of the size of the community. Right, maybe 100 residents will be a good fit, and 500 plus employees will be a good fit.
Great, Naren. This is pretty helpful. Sounds good. We'll try and do our bit, and I'm also personally looking forward for the iOS thing. Meanwhile, I'll Jugatify some phone, Android phone from maybe my uncle and start checking it out.
Hari, you can get for 6,000-7,000 good iOS Android phones.
Well, more than one phone is very difficult to manage, right? Like, yeah.
There are a lot of good brands out there.
Yeah. No, I know, of course. Great, Naren. Thank you so much, and thanks all of you for taking time out on a Sunday evening.
Hari, we can connect.
Thank you. That was a wonderful session.
And talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great session. Great session. I did skip.
Thanks, Jayesh. Despite cycling or jogging, you could make it, and you were very active as well. Thank you.
No. As in, like, I was just gonna go for a jog, but what I'd rather did was so for the last session also. So what I did was I was actually gonna go for a cycling, and I saw that the session is gonna be there. So what I did was I just started the session, and I was cycling. So I was listening to whatever was going on in the discussion. But I did not contribute. But this is something that I actually thought I can contribute to, and which is why I was like, okay, chuck jogging for today, and I'll probably just connect here.
Amazing, Jayesh. Glad you did that. Thank you so much. Great, guys. Okay. Have rest of the Sunday evening. Bye. Back to you guys. Have fun.
Guys.
Thanks, Naren, once again. Bye-bye. All the best for you.
Thanks. Amazing journey ahead. Have a great day. And we'll see you all for the third series in. Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Looking forward to that.
Bye-bye.